On this episode of Canine Corner, it's all about adopt, don't shop. We'll stop by National Adoption Weekend at PetSmart in Torrance and learn about the event. Plus, the local Barkbusters trainer will talk to us about the best ways to introduce a new dog into your pack. And we'll meet this adorable guy who's looking for a forever home. All this coming up right now on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich, your host for Canine Corner, the show that your dog will give 2 paws up. This episode is all about adoption. We'll be stopping by National Adoption Weekend at PetSmart in Torrance. And South Bay Barkbusters trainer Sue Doyle will be sharing some tips on how to start your new dog off on the right paw in their new home. And while we were at National Adoption Weekend, we met 2 adorable rescue dogs from Second Chances Rescue.
This is Valentino. He's a Chihuahua. He's about 7 months old. He was an owner rescue. He is just a little love. He's a very puppy, but I named him Valentino because he is my little Latin lover. So he's such a great temperament and disposition on this dog, and we absolutely love him, and we hope to find him a home. I think this dog would be great with anybody. This dog would be great with anybody. Chihuahuas sometimes can be a little temperamental when you're holding them and other people can't hold them, but this one is just a lug of love.
This guy is Garth. He's 15 weeks old. He'll be 16 weeks on Wednesday. He's a German Shepherd mix, rescued from the high desert. I rescued him and his 6 other siblings on New Year's Eve. His other siblings have been adopted. He's the last of 7 pups, and he's looking for his forever home. A yard, one with a big yard to play in. Kids, he loves kids. He's great at getting baths and just loves to play.
Second Chances Rescue holds adoption events every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the PetSmart, located at 3855 Sepulveda Boulevard in Torrance. If you are interested in adopting Valentino or Garth, please contact Second Chances Rescue. You can visit their website, secondchancesrescuenorco.com. Those dogs are so cute. Did you know that the PetSmart in Torrance has cats that you can visit whenever you're in the store? They're from Carson Cats, and we had a chance to meet a couple of them when we were there for National Adoption Weekend.
Most of the cats we have here are rescued from the Carson Animal Shelter, why we're called Carson Cats, and we get them, and we have a cattery where we'll put a lot of them, but we also have a number of volunteers who take them into their homes and foster them. And then on weekends when we do adoptions, they bring the cats in to show and get them adopted. Billy and Brandon are 8 months old, and they've been in another foster's home. They were found when they were little kittens, and she took them in. Now they're ready to be adopted. She had a couple dogs as well, so they'd probably be fine with dogs too. They are very friendly cats. This particular foster has a lot of very friendly cats. In fact, we had 3 of them adopted recently. Salem, too, is another cat that was in our cattery. She came in as a kitten. I think we probably rescued her mom and a litter of kittens at the same time, because she did have another sister here. She's somewhat shy, but she's gotten a lot better too since she's been in here.
You can visit the cats at the PetSmart in Torrance, located at 3855 Sepulveda Boulevard during store hours. Carson Cats also has adoption events at PetSmart every Saturday and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you are interested in adopting one of the cats, please contact Carson Cats by visiting carsoncats.com. Those kitties are so cute! Even though we are Canine Corner, we still love our feline friends. National Adoption Weekend happens at PetSmart 4 times a year. Let's learn about the event and how PetSmart helps rescue animals all year long. PetSmart's National Adoption Weekend isn't just what you think it would be, it's so much more.
So National Adoption Weekend is an event that we have once a quarter. different rescue groups come into the store and just adopt their pets.
29,739 pets were adopted at PetSmarts nationwide at the event in February. The next National Adoption Weekend is happening in May, but if you can't wait until then, don't worry because the Torrance store holds adoption events every weekend.
It just depends on the store. For our store, every weekend we have dogs and cats that we showcase, and even bunnies, like I say. But that national adoption is usually Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We also have extra events that we can do, like sidewalk events that we can bring like food trucks to try to make it big. But that it depends on the store, depends on the weather, and then when the store will plan something like that.
The PetSmart Charities program has helped get over 7 million pets adopted. And in addition, they raise money to help animal welfare organizations nationwide.
We do have donations that go on every single day through the registers. We ask from $1 to $5, and all that money does go to this organization, and they just help different rescue groups that need it, or different just disasters around the world that need help with feeding their pets and shelters and stuff like that.
And from their work helping rescue pets to the stores themselves, PetSmart is always thinking of the animals. The Torrance location offers different amenities for pets, including a doggy hotel and daycare.
A hotel really is a daycare and overnight stay. So you can bring your doggy in to play with other doggies while you're at work. And that happens 8 hours. They're in there playing with their friends, and we feed them lunch. They go to the restroom. We tell them when they went to the restroom. And we also have an overnight stay. If you're going to go on vacation for a week or two, you can leave your doggy or cat as well to stay with us. And we do take care of them. If they get sick, we take them to the vet. So we do have an overnight stay. So all night somebody's watching the animals as well.
And during their stay, you can even arrange to have your pet bathed at the in-house groomer.
What better than get, a spa at PetSmart, get a haircut, a bath, and just make your doggy look cute and smell good all the time.
PetSmart also offers resources to help make sure newly adopted pets transition smoothly into their new homes.
Training is a huge one for us because we're trying to save lives. So when the customers bring in their doggies for training, the purpose of the training is to make sure that they don't go back to a shelter, so they stay in a forever home.
In addition to providing those resources, PetSmart also provides each pet parent who adopts a dog at PetSmart with an adoption book.
We give it to everybody that adopts a new dog, and that book has free day camp, free 30-minute training. It has something to do with grooming, so that way they can get an introduction to our services as well.
The next National Adoption Weekend is happening May 18th through 20th. For more information on National Adoption Weekend and the PetSmart Charities, please visit PetSmartCharities.org. Adopt, don't shop, because you can adopt a dog and then shop at PetSmart for all the treats and toys for your new pup. A big thank you to PetSmart for having us at National Adoption Weekend and for promoting pet adoption. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. There's much more doggone fun when we come back.
Palm trees, coastline, craft brews. Yep, this is Southern California. But this is Torrance. Have you ever driven to a whole other city just for a bowl of ramen? Because if you haven't, that's about to change. Have you ever been to a beach that feels so much like your own private beach that you're like, where has this been all my life? Welcome, my friends, to Torrance Beach. So private, you hadn't even heard of it. Have you ever been to a mall that had literally 2.7 million square feet of shopping? Run, don't walk to Del Amo Fashion Center. And get this, Torrance is the actual epicenter of the South Bay's craft brew industry. I guess you could say the brews are just craftier here. We also have a farmer's market that's just as much about the people as it is about the food. And even our museum scene is the best of the South Bay. All this just 15 minutes from LAX. You'll come for the city, stay for the experience, and leave as a friend. So, are you in?
Welcome back to Canine Corner. I'm your host, Riannon Trutanich. When adopting a new dog, it's important to make sure that you're prepared. South Bay Barkbusters trainer Sue Doyle is here with us now to share the best ways to introduce your new dog to their new home. What is the first thing I should do when preparing to adopt a new pet?
Well, the first thing that you want to think about is, since adopting a dog is really a family decision, if you have a family, you want to get together before you actually adopt the dog. So you can talk about who's going to do what tasks the dog needs, feed, clean up after a walk, and you want to make up some rules for the household. Is your dog going to be allowed on the furniture? It can be, but that's a family rule. You can't have one person let it on the furniture and another person not. Where is the dog going to sleep? That type of thing.
What items should I get for a new dog?
There's a list that you need to make up of the things that you need to get before you get the dog. And that would be some obvious things like the food bowl, the water bowl, leash, collar or harness. And you might consider getting a crate, because dogs like to den, and the crate provides that safe place for them. So that would be something that you could also use if you have a lot of people over, or if the dog gets nervous, especially when it's new. It'll have that safe place where it can go.
What can I do to make my new pet feel more comfortable?
If you're getting your dog from a shelter or a rescue group, you might ask them you can have a little bit of their food, if you're not going to use the same food, because you want to transition the dog from the old food to the new food over several days. And then if the dog's coming from a rescue group, it might have some blankets that some of the other dogs in the group use. And if you could bring a little bit of that, maybe, have them cut off a piece of that, and you could put that in the dog's bed so that he or she can have that smell. So that would be a comforting smell for them.
When is the best time to adopt a new dog?
Try to adopt your dog at a time where you can be home a lot, like maybe on a Friday, so that you're home all weekend, so the dog isn't left alone very much, and you can watch the dog to see what its reaction is, but also they don't have to feel alone in their new environment. You want to try to take the dog to a vet within the first week, because it's probably been spayed or neutered, but you just want to take it to your own vet and have them do a sort of a well dog check. Make sure they don't have any parasites or something that people wouldn't know about.
What can I do if my new dog is having accidents in the house?
Some dogs, even though they are house trained, they might have some accidents because they're in a new environment. If you have a dog door, they might not know how to use it. So you want to make sure you show it that. Make sure that you show it the door, the back door, or whatever, if you have a backyard, so it knows where to go. And then you also might want to keep it in a sort of a restricted area, like maybe put a baby gate across the door to your bathroom, or baby gate across the opening to the kitchen. And that way, if it has accidents, you'll know about it, and it'll be easier to clean if it's linoleum or tile floor. And it also will help the dog to feel more secure, because it's not in a large space that's unknown.
When should I start a training program with my new dog?
I would recommend having your dog for about a week.
Okay.
And that way the dog gets a little bit used to your household and you before you put it into a new environment. Or if you have the trainer come to your home, the dog clearly knows that it lives with you and that the trainer is just a visitor. Be aware also that the dog is, in the beginning, when the dog comes to a new home, it's probably going to be laying low, kind of watching everything, wanting to see, how do I fit in this pack? What is my role? And so usually that period lasts for about 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, you may see your dog change. It almost seems like its personality changes a little bit. It's probably going to be more lively. It may start barking because it may feel, okay, hey, it's my job to protect the household against things that I hear that I don't like. So it's good to know that that might happen. And if so, then you'll know if there's some problems that you need to correct, so that will help you with the training as well.
If you are interested in having Sue train your dog, you can email her at southbay@barkbusters.com or call 310-750-7772. For more information on BarkBusters, please visit barkbusters.com. If you have a question, contact us and we'll be sure to get you the right answer. Call us at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov. In addition to making sure you have everything you need for your new dog, if you have other pets, it's important to introduce them properly. Sue is back with us now to share some tips. Just like preparing for your new pup by buying supplies, you have to prepare to introduce your new dog to your pack.
A lot of the preparation process that I talked about before when you don't have an existing dog, that follows for the case if you do have an existing dog, but there's some other parts that are different that are very crucial. And you want to start your new dog and your existing dog off on the right foot. So it's helpful if you can have the dogs meet in a place where neither of them is familiar.
A neutral meeting location gives both dogs a chance to get to know each other without being territorial.
That way you don't have a dog that's defending its own territory. So they're starting off on the same footing. You would have each dog on a 6-foot leash and a separate person walking each dog. So you just want to walk parallel to each other, let the dogs look, sniff, but not be close together. And that way they can kind of get a feel for the other dog. Then somewhere along the line, you would have the dogs get closer and do a brief sniff, let them check out the other dog, maybe for about 5 seconds. And then gradually pull the dogs away. Continue your walk, and then do the meeting and greeting again, and watch your dog's body language and the other dog's body language as you're doing that. If you give these short greetings, then the dog doesn't have to feel overwhelmed that, okay, now I'm put together with this new dog. So it lets them have a more relaxed way of meeting one another. So with the body language, what you're looking for that's good is a play bow. That's when they stick their butt up in the air and wag their tail. You want to see relaxed body, relaxed muscles, open, relaxed mouth, and that shows that the dog is feeling fine being around the other dog. What you don't want to see is a stiff body or a stiff mouth. Of course, you don't want to see growling or lunging. And if you do see those things, take the dogs apart again, walk a little farther apart, and then get closer back together and see what happens then.
And if you have multiple dogs, each one needs to meet the new dog separately.
If you have more than one existing dog, then you want to introduce each dog separately so it's not overwhelming for the new dog. And the best thing is if you can do this process prior to bringing the dog home. For shelters, they usually, if you have an existing dog, they'll want you to bring that dog to the shelter, so you may not be able to do the walking in the park, but they should have a room or someplace where you can have the dogs greet each other and do that process as best you can. For rescue groups, they should allow you, probably with one of their staff, to bring the new dog that you're thinking about adopting to a park and walk with your dog. Some rescue groups also have a process where you can take the dog home for a couple of days and see how that dog fits with your existing dog or dogs. So that always helps.
Having a familiar face walking the new dog may make your current dog feel more comfortable.
It might be helpful if the person walking the new dog is familiar to the existing dog, because that would make that dog feel a little more positive.
Once the first meeting has gone well, it's time to bring the new dog home.
when you bring the new dog into your household. And before you arrive, you want to pick up the things that are personal to your existing dog. Food bowl, toys, chew bones, that type of thing. So that the existing dog doesn't have to worry that someone is taking over his territory and is going to take his things. Then you take your existing dog and put him behind a baby gate or in a room or in a crate, something where he's out of the way for a few moments. Take your new dog on a leash and introduce him to the house so he can sniff the existing dog's bed, he can sniff his own bed and feel a little more comfortable. Then you can let them greet each other again in the house. At this point, you would want to take your new dog off the leash so they're both off leash. And you want to make sure, since there's a lot of interaction that actually goes on that we can't see with the different body language. Sometimes it's very subtle and it's not apparent to us. So you don't want to leave your dogs home alone together for a couple of days. That way you can monitor what their behavior is and make sure that they're fine, that their playing isn't too rough.
Sue has actually applied the technique she teaches her clients with her own dogs.
I had a foster dog for a while, and he and my dog got along really great, but they played very rough. And I was afraid that might erupt into something that was a little too rough. And so I didn't let them play together for a couple of days so that I could make sure that everything was okay. And they ended up being very good friends.
BarkBusters also offers tip pages to help pet parents remember all this information.
One on top tips for safely bringing home a rescue or shelter dog. And that focuses mainly on the things you would do to prepare for your new dog and how you treat your new dog when it comes home when you don't have an existing dog. And then we have one on tips for introducing a new dog to your canine pack, and that discusses the special things that you would do to get the dogs acclimated to each other and how you treat them when you bring the new dog home.
You can print out both of these tip sheets and many more on the BarkBusters website, barkbusters.com/tips. BarkBusters is an in-home training program, and Sue is the BarkBusters trainer for the South Bay area.
So our training is based on pack leadership. You want your dog to see you, all adults and teens in your household, as being that strong pack leader. Then they are more apt to obey you, and they're also less apt to be anxious because they think they have to protect themselves and protect the household. And so I go to people's homes and work with their dogs. When we do leash work, we'll eventually go to a park or the Esplanade or someplace where you can walk your dog with other dogs around.
BarkBusters offers in-home training programs and tailors their program to each dog's needs.
Each dog is different. So we have basic things that we use during the training, but it doesn't apply to all dogs equally. So for each dog, you have to tweak the training to meet that dog's needs.
If you are interested in having Sue train your dog, you can email her at southbay@barkbusters.com or call 310-750-7772. For more information on BarkBusters, please visit barkbusters.com. If you missed the adoption segment at the beginning of our show or just want to see the adorable dogs again, here's your recap. Valentino is a 7-month-old Chihuahua. He's a very sweet and lovable dog. He would do well in most types of homes. He has a great disposition and would love to find a forever family to call his own. Garth is a 16-week-old German Shepherd mix. He was rescued with his 6 siblings on New Year's Eve. He's a very sweet and playful puppy. He gets along with other dogs and children. He would love a home with a yard so he can run and play. He can't wait to become your best friend. Second Chances Rescue holds adoption events every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the PetSmart located at 3855 Sepulveda Boulevard in Torrance. If you are interested in adopting Valentino or Garth, please contact Second Chances Rescue. You can visit their website, secondchancesrescuenorco.com. And we can't forget our feline friends. Here's your kitty recap. Billy and Brandon are brothers. They are 8-month-old American Shorthair mixes. They were found when they were kittens and fostered until they were ready for adoption. They are very sweet cats. They would do best in any type of home. Salem 2 is a 17-month-old domestic Shorthair mix. She's a little shy, but she's definitely coming out of her shell. She can't wait to be part of your family. You can visit the cats at the PetSmart in Torrance, located at 3855 Sepulveda Boulevard during store hours. Carson Cats also has adoption events at PetSmart every Saturday and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you are interested in adopting one of the cats, please contact Carson Cats by visiting carsoncats.com. If you want even more Canine Corner, including behind-the-scenes clips, tips for dog owners, and of course, photos of my dog Popeye, be sure to like our Facebook page and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us here on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich, and we'll see you next time.